Protesters have disrupted Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech during a memorial for the October 7 attacks. Two male relatives of Hamas attack victims interrupted the event held in Jerusalem on Sunday. They reportedly shouted, "Shame on you," and the father was murdered and the son was abandoned. Mr Netanyahu continued his speech after the pair were escorted outside by security. Well, joining me live is Israeli political activist who has attended many of the Bring Them Home rallies, Nava Rozoylo. Nava, thanks so much for your time. Look, do we have the content generally in that story correct? And in your view, why was the Israeli PM targeted by protesters at this memorial?
Good evening, and thank you for having me. I'm hoping to make you hear the voice of the families, of the hostages' families. The message they had today, which they shouted from the bottom of their heart, is that they know who is in charge of abandoning their loved ones in Hamas tunnels, in captivity. They don't care if Netanyahu says that we're targeting to a victory or to bringing back security to Israel. They don't believe a word he says. They just want their loved one back, and they know he abandoned them. We have no anticipation from Hamas or from any of who is in charge of October 7th terrible atrocity. We just know that Netanyahu's government had a lot of opportunities to sign a hostage deal, and it hasn't happened for the past year and 2 weeks. And if Netanyahu was sincere about his what he said, that he's trying to release the hostages, they would have been home already by now. So they know he's lying to them, and they know he abandoned them, and he's just giving his political partners what they want. And it's not bringing back the hostages. It's just prolonging the war endlessly without any target, without any strategy, without no exit point.
How do you feel about Benjamin Netanyahu successfully taking out the Hamas leadership? And is there growing anger at the Prime Minister internally within Israel? And if so, why?
Well, that should have happened a long time ago, before a long time ago. Netanyahu has been sabotaging the national security even before October 7th. And what we warned about, what everybody warned about, we just knew it's coming, and it happened in the most terrible way anyone would have imagined. The Israeli public warned him, the defense minister warned him, even Biden administration warned him, everyone warned him, and Netanyahu just insisted with going forward with the legal coup, with the coup in Israel. He's just taking Israel towards dictatorship, and even if that means harming the national security. So we know the families of the hostages and the murdered Israelis know that he is in charge of everything. And he should have been gone on October 8th. He should have resigned long time ago, and most of the Israeli public want him out of office. He's unfit for office. Everybody knows it, and he's still holding his chair, even if that's against, even opposite of Israel interest.
Okay, I just want to ask you this quickly. Egypt's president announced yesterday his country has proposed a 2-day ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, during which 4 hostages held in Gaza would be freed, along with a number of Palestinian prisoners. Do you think Israel should agree to that?
Yeah, well, I'm not a security specialist, but I don't see any reason not taking it with 2 hands. That's as I see it, that's a great offer. I know almost all of the hostages' family want this deal. That sounds like rational and very fair deal. And any deal that would bring back Israeli back to their loved ones, back to their homes, or even to be braved brave in Israel, to have a grave in Israel.
Okay.
That families could see. That sounds like a good deal, and I can't understand why Netanyahu's government doesn't take it with both hands.
Okay.
And
Nava,
I just want to add one last thing. We, the Israeli public, we're not our government. There is a very big gap between the government and the Israeli people, and I hope Biden administration will hear the voice of the Israeli public and not Netanyahu's government voice.
Okay. Nava, really appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for coming on the program.